All right, guys. So today we're going to debate a topic. Do you guys know which topic it is today?
No, it's about homework.
It's about homework. That's right. So I'm going to write the topic on the board quickly so everybody could see it. So the topic for today's debate is homework essential for learning? All right. Work essential for learning. All right, so who thinks yes it is and who thinks it's not? What about you? Dan, what do you think? Is it essential for learning or is it not essential for learning?
Yes. Yes.
You think it's essential for learning?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and what about Feng Min? What do you think?
I don't know what essential means.
I'm sorry, essential. Okay, essential is something that is very, very important. Without it, learning is not possible. Like, it's that important. So essential is something very, very important. So what do you think? Do you think homework is essential for learning?
Yes. For me, it's like 50-50 because sometimes when we already have school and we still have homework, that's like a lot of work to do.
Right, that's right. So I think you sound like you're probably against the motion, right? So let me introduce you guys a couple of terms that we use when we are participating in a debate. So what does it mean when I say for the motion? Anybody? What is it? What does it mean for the motion? And against the motion. So for the motion means that you agree with the topic, okay? So in this case, whoever thinks that homework is essential for learning is a speaker for the motion, okay? And whoever thinks that homework is not essential for learning is going to be speaking against the motion, okay? So Dan, you're saying that you're probably for the motion, and Feng Min, you're saying that you want to be against the motion, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what about Nok Hui? What do you think? Nok Hui?
What?
Are you agreeing with this topic or are you disagreeing with this topic? Against the motion. So what does that mean? Are you going to say that homework is not essential for learning?
No. I say again.
Right. So against the motion in this case means that homework is not essential for learning. For the motion means that homework is essential for learning. Right? So are you for the motion?
Ôi ơi, cô đang ra chủ đề cho bài hôm nay ý. Thì chủ đề của hôm nay là is homework essential for learning. Em có hiểu chủ đề này không?
Yes.
Em hiểu chủ đề này rồi đúng không? Thì cô đang hỏi em là em for the motion hoặc là against the motion, có nghĩa là em agree, đồng ý với nó, hay là disagree, đồng ý với nó. Thì cô đang hỏi em ý kiến của em thế nào về cái chủ đề này ý. Em nói lại với cô xem đồng ý hay không đồng ý nhá.
I follow the motion.
Okay, very good. So there we go. What about Tuan Bao?
Okay.
I follow the motion.
For the motion. So it seems like only Feng Min wants to be against the motion. Well, I think I would also be against the motion, but I wouldn't be participating in the debate. I have a very good solution for this. I have the perfect solution to make everybody uncomfortable with your side. because you're going to get whatever you are going to get from a wheel, which is going to decide which side you're going to be on. Do you see this on the board?
Yes.
Okay, so this wheel is going to decide who is going to go for the motion and who is going to go against the motion, okay?
Yep.
All right, so who wants to go first?
May I?
Yeah, sure. You want to go first?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to click on the wheel for you. There we go. You're for the motion.
Why?
Because that's the wheel, and that's telling you to go for the motion. Okay? I can definitely help you. Don't worry about not having enough, you know, not having a strong argument if you prepared otherwise. So what I'm trying to do here is that on the spot, you should be able to, you know, make your mind up and make your argument strong, whichever side you have to be on, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's very important to be, you know, to have good critical thinking skills so that you can go both the sides, irrespective of your own personal opinions, right? All right, Dan, should I spin it for you now?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going against the motion, Dan. That's also exactly opposite to what you wanted to do. That's going to be very challenging. And I think I like challenges. Do you like challenges, Dan?
Okay, it's okay.
It's okay. Okay. All right. Nakwe, are you ready? Should I spin the wheel for you?
Yes.
Okay. So you're also for the motion.
Yay. I'm not alone.
So who do we have here? Fokmin and Nakwe are both for the motion, right?
Yes.
And Dan is against the motion.
Yep.
And well, I'll spin it again for you, Huang Bao. Well, it says for the motion, but it will be a bit of like an imbalance if you go. So I think we'll have to go with against the motion for you. All right. So there we go. We have two teams now. Fongmin and Nakwe is in one team, and they're going for the motion. And Dan and Huang Bao are going against the motion. Huang Bao, what do you think? Are you comfortable with going against the motion?
It's okay.
Is it okay? What were you hoping to get?
I like for the motion.
For the motion, okay. So how about since, let's see. Give me a moment. All right, give me a second. So what we can do is that, let's see, Fong Min, you wanted to go against the motion?
Yeah.
Right, so why don't you team up with Dan and Chow, you can team up with Nok Kwe so that you can be for the motion. Would you prefer that? Okay. All right, great. Perfect. So let's begin. For today, I'm going to be helping you guys with kind of setting up the debate. So first of all, I would like to hear some points from your side. For the motion first. So who is for the motion again? Chow and Nok, right? Nok Kwe? You guys are for the motion, right? So can you tell me some reasons why homework is essential for learning?
Yes.
Yes. Just mention them, whatever you can think. Brainstorm some ideas.
I think homework helps us remember the lesson longer.
Very good, thank you. So you're saying that homework helps us So remembering something for long or to look back at something is to revise it, right? Revise the topic better, or we can say remember it better. All right. Any other points, guys? Chow, what do you think?
Students show that homework improves student achievement and in terms of improved grades, test results, and the likelihood to attend college.
Okay, so you're saying that homework improves classroom achievement, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to write it in short. This is just a very basic outline of the reasons, right? After this, we're going to try to go in more detail. What other reasons, guys? I need at least five, and as many as 8. 5 to 8 reasons at least.
I have lots of ideas.
For the motion, Fengmin?
No, for
Against the motion? Well, so you are against the motion with Dan. So Dan and you both have to think about against the motion reasons, okay? Think about them, and once I'm done with for the motion, I'll come to you guys and we'll write down all the points, okay?
in my head.
So Chow, can you tell me some more reasons? Or Kui, can you tell me some more reasons?
Yes.
Sure.
Homework helps us apply more knowledge about the problem.
Okay, I don't quite understand what you're trying to say. Can you try to say it in, can you try to explain yourself a little bit more?
I think she said homeworks can help us to open the knowledge.
To open the knowledge, what does that mean?
So what she means is that homework helps to understand more about the topic that we study.
Okay, all right, so let's write that down. Homework
Better understanding.
Helps create a better understanding.
Yeah.
All right, at least 2 more reasons, guys. Come up with 2 more reasons. So think about it a little bit. Let's move to against the motion. Chow and Kui, keep thinking about the topic. I'm going to come back to you. All right, Dan and Fengmin, shoot your points.
In my opinion, like homeworks make me like easy to forget because there's too much work and I cannot know it all.
So easy to forget the homework is what you're saying?
Yeah, because that's in my opinion. It's for me.
So you're saying there are too many things to do and therefore you forget about homework?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so but I have some questions about that. Your point is it works. It's your personal experience that you forget about doing homework. But is it a good argument to say that homework is not useful for learning? We are trying to think of reasons why homework is not useful for learning.
It may give us stress.
Very good. Yeah, homework is stressful. That's right. Very stressful. Okay, let's write that down. It's very stressful.
No.
Okay, so but think about it a little bit more. When you're going to come back to this topic, I want you to have some examples, explain it more. How is it stressful? Okay, more ideas, guys?
Yes.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Homework takes
a long time.
It takes a long time. But who is that? Was that Kwe? Hold on. Who just said that homework takes a long time?
Yes.
Oh, you did. But aren't you forward the motion? You have to think of reasons why homework is good, right? So you shouldn't be helping the other team think of points. All right, Kwe, think of reasons why homework is essential. That's the job that you have. But yes, that's a very good point. So let's write that down anyway. That homework is time-taking. More points, Fong Min. Dan, you didn't say anything yet. Give me a reason why homework is not important.
Okay. Homework just let the homework is a reason to makes students to do.
A reason? I don't quite understand. What do you mean reason to do?
Like some teacher are using homework to say students' results.
Okay. I still don't understand what you're trying to say, Dan.
Me too.
Could you try again?
So let's try the other reason.
Yeah, or you can try to say that one again. Maybe this time I'll understand. Because you have to come up with as many reasons as you can, right? The more arguments you have, the more supportive it is towards the topic. Fong Min, do you have any other ideas?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, go.
Homeworks it takes some time, so how can I say it? Like teacher, I don't think that teacher enjoy doing homework for student 50-50 because they don't have enough time to care for their family, and how can I say it?
You can explain it to me and I can tell you.
I know that Không, con nói nhưng mà con đang nghĩ đi làm sao con giải thích cho con hiểu.
Yeah, what were you saying, Fong Min?
I know what to say. Homeworks make teacher don't have enough time spending with their family.
The teachers?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because usually there's a lot of work and if they have have a little kid, and kids usually they don't go to school and they need someone to play with, or else they just sleep and eat.
Right.
And they don't have any exercise, but and so if the kid would be lazy. Moreover, if a teacher making homework for kids, I mean the student us, they need to really focus to make us understand the work and help us, and they don't have enough time to be with their family.
Okay, so let's say, all right, so you're saying that teachers have to do extra work to give homework? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes? All right, all right. Okay, Dan, do you have any points? You wanted to say something? I can't hear you. Can you repeat that, please? I didn't quite understand.
Sometimes the homework makes parents to compare son or daughter to other students.
That's a very, very good reason. Yeah. Homework causes parents to compare. Well, I think it's not just homework though, it's also grades and classwork, right? So, but you can say that, compare their kids to other children, all right? Sensible, makes sense. All right, more reasons, guys. I can think of so many reasons, but I'm only going to tell you and you guys run out of yours. What about you, Quay? Do you have more reasons for the motion? Quay, do you have more reasons? Why is homework useful?
I have one.
Let's see if Quay has one, and then I'll come back to you, Fangmin. Quay, do you have more reasons?
I think homework helps us broaden our knowledge.
Broaden our knowledge. Okay. How? How will it broaden our knowledge? All right, maybe Knock, are you there?
Quê ơi, em giải thích thêm cho cô hay là nó broaden, nó mở rộng kiến thức nào đi em?
All right, Fangmin, you were saying something?
Homeworks make students lazy because like there's so much work and like sometimes they're lazy and they don't want to do it.
They don't want to do it. So what is the conclusion from that?
And that's affect their learning too.
That affects
There's too many work.
There's too much work. Okay, that's one reason that I wanted to talk about too. So I think that kids spend over almost 8 hours in school every day, right?
Yes.
And coming back home, they have to do more schoolwork, and then they have extra classes sometimes, right? And of course, like a lot of their parents want them to be good at studies, so they do some extra studies. So I just believe that there are a lot of different forms of learning, right? It's not just learning from books that is important for children. It's also learning from watching something, or, you know, watching a documentary, or playing outside, or playing Scrabble, let's say, right? So like doing other activities that are more educational for you, or let's say equally educational for you as homework would be, is much better, and it's much less stressful than doing the homework every day, the same homework, right? It also gets very repetitive. All right, so yes, let's write that down. Homework. Let's not phrase it that way. Kids already learn for hours a day. Homework puts additional pressure on children. Right. Any other points, Dan or Fong? Sorry, Chao, do you have more points for the motion? Number 6, by the way. Not
6.
Yeah. Chao, do you have more reasons why homework is important?
I need time to think.
Okay. All right, so meanwhile, while you guys think, let's go over how we're going to have this debate today. So the first speaker, they're going to be 4 speakers, right? There are going to be 4 speakers. The first speaker is going to start the debate, right? And let's say the first speaker for today is going to be Dan. Dan can be our first speaker today. And Dan, what is your job today? Your job is to go over the first 3 points, okay?
Yeah.
The first 3 points. Look at the 3 points and understand what they mean, okay? And everybody, so whichever points you get, your job is to look at them, understand what they mean, and then try to come up with ways to support your argument. How do you do that? You have to come up with some examples, okay? Come up with some good examples to support your answer. And we need a lot of evidence, right? So what does evidence mean? What is the meaning of evidence, guys? Anybody? Anyone? What is the meaning of evidence?
Oh, I know.
Yes, go please.
Evidence is like when you like when somebody like blame your fault and like you don't like, and you have the evidence like this is like explain clear to your
Yeah, very good. So evidence is kind of like information or data that directly support your argument, right? For example, look for surveys on the internet, right? Surveys, other kinds of experiments, and
website.
Studies. Sorry?
Website.
Yeah, you have to basically look on the internet for all these things, right? And also you have to look for, you can even add some personal examples in some cases, right? Although personal examples are not really evidence because they are personal, they're not, evidence is something that is accepted by a lot of people, right? So it is not just personal. So personal examples are not really evidence, but you can definitely use personal examples to explain your argument better, okay? So, all right, Dan, you have to look at the first 3 points, 1, 2, and 3. Read the points, explain them in your speech, and give evidence for them, okay? Now, let's see what kind of evidence you might come up with. Maybe you can look up how much time does an average student take to finish their homework? Or how much time does an average student take to learn more when they come back home, okay? So maybe you can look up that information on the internet and find some numbers, okay, to support your argument. Now, Fong Min, you have the next 3 points, 4, 5, and 6.
6.
Yes.
Teacher?
Yes, Dan.
Why in number 5 is kids already learn for about 86 hours a day?
Not 86, 8 hours a day. Actually, yeah, I thought that was a number. Anyway, sorry, I thought it was a mistake. I'll just erase that. 8 hours a day, there we go.
And where's the 6? Where's the number 6?
There is no number 6. You have to come up with a number 6 yourself, okay? So think about more reasons why homework is not essential, okay? And all right, another reason I can help you with, Min, is that, so I think that homework sometimes is not very thoughtful. Do you know what is thoughtful?
In my opinion, I think like it's not very like successful. Like
yeah, it's not very successful. Very good. So like homework a lot of times is very repetitive. Like the same thing you studied In school, you have to come back and maybe study the same thing again or do the same questions again, right? So homework, the conventional kind of homework that people get, that students get from school is the same every day. It is just like, it's a rut, you know, and it's not at all educational. A good homework is probably an assignment which involves some research, right? Let's say there is a homework. Let's say you have a geography homework about finding out something about all the capitals of all the countries in the world, right? For example. So that is something more educational than just coming back home and writing some questions down from your book, right? So I think that homework is not very successful because it is the same every day. It is very repetitive. It is not creative. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right, so you can talk about this point in your answer, all right? Do you think you could find some evidence for that online? What kind of evidence are you trying to find for reasons 4, 5, and the other one I just told you?
I don't know, because like usually homeworks is like, because people usually say that homeworks is very successful, and I don't know like others like websites that can say that homeworks are bad.
Yes. I'm sure. Just look up some numbers, okay? Search the same thing. Search why homework is bad. I'm sure you'll find some sources online, okay? So I'll also do some research meanwhile when you guys are doing it. Anyways, we really have to move on for the motion. For the motion no que, you're going to be covering the first 2 topics, okay? The first 2 reasons. So in your speech, you have to talk about these 2 reasons. And then we have Chow, you have to cover the last 2 reasons, 3 and 4 in your speech, okay? So look at these reasons, think about more ways of talking about them, think about how you would be able to explain it in more and better words, and look at evidence online, right? So let's see what kind of evidence you could look at. You can look at how learning the same thing again and again can improve your memory of it, right? So you can look up how that's very important to do things again and again so that you remember them, and then that will help you support your argument that homework helps create a better understanding of the topics. All right, so you can do that. All right, so again, let's go back to the structure. Dan, you're going to be speaking you're going to be speaking against the motion, the first 3 reasons, plus introduction, okay? So whoever starts the debate has to make sure that they introduce the debate and introduce themselves. So Dan, listen very carefully since you're going to be our first speaker today. Your job is to start the debate with saying, with introducing yourself, and then saying that, well, thank you everybody for being here and participating in this debate. And then you have to introduce the topic of the debate, right? So you have to say something like, today we're going to be discussing whether homework is essential for learning or not. Or actually you could say it better than that. You could say something like, the topic of discussion for today's debate is homework essential for learning, okay? And then you're going to say something like, and I'm going to be a speaker, I'm going to be the first speaker against the motion, okay? And then the second speaker today is going to be, let's see, Hui is going to be our second speaker. Hui is going to be covering the first 3 points for the motion, plus attack. What is the meaning of attack, anybody?
It's like you're disagree with one.
Very good, very good. So Hui is going to listen to Dan's answer, Dan's speech, and think about how you are going to find reasons, find faults in Dan's ideas, okay, Hui? And then you have to try to attack his ideas. And the third speaker today is going to be Min. Yes? And Min, oh, sorry. Min, and you are going to be covering the last few reasons plus attack, okay? And you know what that means, right?
Yes.
And the fourth speaker for today is going to be Chow. Chow is going to be covering the last points for the motion. And conclusion, okay? So what do I say when I mean conclusion? Chow, listen carefully. A good conclusion is, so basically whenever we finish a debate, we have to make sure that we find a conclusion, right? From both the for and the against the motion sides. So what I mean by that, sorry?
So we don't say fight against each other.
Yes. So you and Min are in one team against the motion, and Chow and Kue are in another team for the motion, right? So you have to kind of,
when the opposite team said something. So in the next turn, we will stand and say the thing that not that is when the weakness of that.
Yes, and that is what I mean by attack. Okay, that is what I mean by attack. Okay, but since you are the first speaker today, you wouldn't have a chance to attack somebody's speech, but you do have the chance of making very good points, right? All right, so let's go. We have only 10 minutes left, so I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to quickly look at some resources online, okay? I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Look online for evidence, all kinds of surveys, experiments, studies, and personal examples, okay? And after 2 minutes, we are going to have 1 minute of speaking for everybody. Only 1 minute, 1 to 1.5 minutes of speaking for everybody. So your time starts now. Go. Find good evidence on the internet.
I have one more like thing for against emotion.
So mention it in your speech.
Oh, okay.
Các bạn nắm được hết phần việc của mình chưa nhỉ?
Dạ.
Các bạn nắm được hết vị trí và phần việc của mình chưa? Biết phải làm gì chưa?
Dạ biết rồi.
Bây giờ là biết là thứ tự nói của mình rồi đúng không? Bây giờ nhiệm vụ của các bạn là phải lên trên mạng tìm evidence nhá, tìm bằng chứng cho luận điểm của mình nhá. Nhớ chưa? Rồi, ok. Có gì khó khăn gì thì cứ hỏi chị nhá.
Dạ. What's this one?
We're going to start in 1 minute.
What?
Yes, you have 1 more minute left.
Hello.
Yes? All right, let's begin. Dan, are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, your time starts now.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Dan, and today I'm against theme for homework is not essential for learning. For me, the free reason is the first, homework is very stressful because when we're doing homework, some students are feeling stressful, but maybe it's long or it's hard, and so make them hard for the health. The second is homework is time taking because when the teacher give homework for students, then students needs to do the homework, and they maybe it's long, and students can discover anything new because it's taking all the time. And some students just learning and go home, eating and doing homework and sleep. There are no time for relax.
All right, so your time is up, Dan. Thank you so much for your answer, for your argument. So here I have some inputs for you. First of all, don't start with saying I have 3 reasons why homework is not essential. Okay? So don't give a number of how many reasons you have, right? That's the first suggestion. And yeah, I think you could have given some more evidence. I didn't see any evidence in your answer. Always some numbers are good, some percentages, some studies are nice for evidence. So I think you should try to include that in your answer, okay? So that's some input for you there. Now we have the second speaker for today, who is Kwe. Are you ready, Kwe?
Yes.
Okay, please go.
I think homework essential for three reasons. The first reason is homework helps us revises the topic better, remember it better. The second reason is homework improves classroom achievement. The third reason is homework helps create a better understanding of the topics.
All right, great. Do you have any evidence for your arguments? Did you check on the internet for some numbers, Kwe?
As I myself do homework every day. So I can remember the lesson.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Kwe. Thank you so much for your input. Let's move on to the third speaker for today, Phong Min. Are you ready? Phong Min? Is she not here?
Hello?
Yeah, are you there, Phong Min?
Yes, I'm here.
I cannot see you.
What?
Yeah, there, very good. So are you ready?
Yes.
All right, begin.
Okay, so my name is Upenn, and now I'm gonna tell you like why homework isn't like good for kids. So I want to say that homeworks, like usually parents shouldn't compare kids with others, because like my mommy told me that you shouldn't compare like one people to another, even animals, because everybody have a different expectation, different thinking, and different learning. And moreover, that when you compare someone, it's like kind of rude, because like if they're bad, like no one like to hear bad things about us, like mostly about when others say. And number 5 is like number 5 here is like when kids learn too much, they start to be lazy. And my mommy tell me a story, like not really a story. I have a teacher, and she say that when like somebody's learned too much, they start to feel boring, and they don't have any excitement in learning.
All right. I think that's the end of the time for you. Thank you so much. So I think you also need to add a lot of evidence. I did not see any evidence from anybody today, but I'm sure we can improve on that in the future. Also, when I say assumptions, do you know what I'm saying? What is assumptions?
I don't know that word.
Okay, so when you assume something, or an assumption is basically something that is based off of not a very strong research, okay? Something that is just what you think or some people think. You know what I'm saying? So it is not a solid argument to, you know, which is built upon assumptions, okay? For example, you said that a lot of kids are lazy, right? And that's why homework makes them lazy, right? Something like that. Did you say that? I think you did.
I did.
So that is just assuming that most kids are lazy, right? So laziness is not something directly related to the importance of homework. So you could probably try to improve on some of those aspects. Anyways, very good. Thank you. Let's move on to the next and the last speaker for today. Chow, please begin.
Okay. Everyone knows that practice makes perfect. Students typically retain only 50% of the information teachers provide in class, and they need to apply that information in order to truly learn it. A study of elementary school students who were told strategies to organize and complete the homework, such as prioritizing homework activities, collecting study materials, note-taking, and following directions shows increased grade and positive comments on report cards. Research by the City University of New York note that students who engage in self-regulatory processes while completing homework, such as goal setting, time management, and remaining focused, are generally more motivated and a higher achieve than those who do not use their processes. And with learning,
all right. I think your time is up, Chao. I'm so sorry. But I really liked your answer because you had some evidence, I think. You were talking about a study, right? So which is very interesting. So this is what I was expecting from everybody today. I want good reinforcement for your arguments, right? Good support for your arguments. So today was a very mild session of orientation. Not orientation, kind of like a, you know, lead in into debates. We're definitely going to learn more about how we can find faults in other people's arguments. And I saw nobody attacking anybody else's arguments today. Everybody was just mentioning their own points. Try to attack other people's arguments too, right? Because it's a very essential part of a debate. It's not just stating your ideas. It's also trying to understand other people's ideas and finding faults in them, right? Because you have this one side you're trying to defend. All right, guys, so I really have to go now. It was really nice to meet you. I hope I'll catch you guys later then. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye. And this off.
Hi, Yusi.
Hello.
Yeah, we use the same link, so you don't necessarily have to log out.
I thought I didn't know that, so
It's the same link.
So how many students are there?
4 students.
Okay, great. So we have to wait for a little bit?
There's one already. There's Link. Right?
Okay.
Link ơi, em cho chị xin tên đầy đủ của em với.
Em tên là Huỳnh Khánh Linh.
Huỳnh Khánh Linh à? Ok, Linh đợi một chút nhé, để các bạn join vào rồi mình bắt đầu nhá.
If I knew that, I would have stayed in the previous class a little bit more because we needed more time to wrap up. But anyway.
Alo, Sơn vào rồi đúng không em? Sơn bật cam lên được không nhỉ?
Vâng ạ.
Ok, Sơn cho chị xin tên đầy đủ với.
Vâng.
Em tên đầy đủ là gì? Cái gì Thái Sơn?
Em tự chỉnh.
Em tự chỉnh à? Ok.
So, Lynn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. Let's start with some introductions while we are waiting for everybody else. So can you please introduce yourself?
Introduce myself. Okay. I'm Lynn. I'm 12 years old and I learn in grade 6.
Can you tell me something about your hobbies?
Not too much, just eat and sleep.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you do in your free time?
Watch television because I'm very lazy people.
So, well, that's a hobby, watching TV. What do you watch on TV?
Chinese show.
Chinese shows. So do you understand Chinese?
No, is I translate. Yeah.
Okay, so like with subtitles. All right, interesting. Okay, let's meet Zong. Zong? Is that how I should call you?
His name is Sun.
Sun.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, hi. Can you switch on your video and audio, please?
Okay.
Very good. Hello.
Hello.
Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Tyson. I'm 12 years old and I learn in secondary Lebanon school.
And what about your hobbies? What do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, I like to riding bike because it will help me higher and help me no more stress when I play video games at home.
Okay. All right. So what about riding a bike? I think that is very interesting to me because I love riding a bike too. Where do you ride your bike?
Yes.
Where do you go to ride your bike?
Oh, I go riding a bike every day in the afternoon.
Okay. And where do you go?
I go around my house. I live in apartment in Meeting.
Okay.
Meeting 2.
All right. So have you ever been on a bike ride around the lake? Around Westlake? Have you ever been on a bike ride around it?
Like Hugum?
So like in Tejo, the big lake, have you ever been like around the lake?
Yes, many times.
Many times? Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things to do. What?
When I was a kid, I was riding a bike around the lake.
You don't do it anymore, though?
Yes.
You still do it?
Now I live in apartment and in the city.
Okay, that's right. All right, so do you guys know what is the topic which we're going to be discussing today for the debate?
Yes.
What is the topic?
Is homework useful tools for learning?
That's right. Is homework useful for learning? So let's go to the board, the whiteboard, and write that down on top. All right, so is homework useful, or let's say, is homework essential for learning? Do you guys know the meaning of the word essential? What is the meaning of essential? Let's say, for example, is water essential?
Oh, I understand.
So what is the meaning of essential?
Essential. Essential mean need to do.
Yeah, something that is very, very important is essential. Let's say useful.
Like you need to do something at home. Like reading a book, watching TV, or take a shower. Like that.
All right, very good. So yeah, essential is something that is important for something else. That is the basis of it. So, all right. So who wants to be for and against the motion? Now, since Lynn was first here in the class today, Lynn can spin the wheel and she can, whatever she gets, she can decide, she can, you know, choose to do that. for the take that side. So do you see this wheel over here on the board, guys? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just gonna spin the wheel for Lynn, and whatever comes out to be the case, Lynn has to go with that. For or against the motion. So do you guys know what is the meaning of for the motion and against the motion, first of all? What is the meaning of for the motion?
I think it means agreed.
That's right, very good. So whoever is going to go for the motion for this topic is going to agree that homework is essential for learning. And whoever is going to go against the motion here is going to disagree that homework is essential for learning, or is going to say that homework is not essential for learning. So let's see, I'm going to spin the wheel now, all right? Lynn, you're going against the motion, and Sun, you're going for the motion, okay?
For the motion?
Yes, you are for the motion. I don't have the accents for Vietnamese on my keyboard, so I'm sorry if I'm spelling your name wrong.
Teacher, I don't understand the meaning of the motion, for the motion.
For the motion means that you agree with the topic, that homework is essential for learning.
Oh, I understand.
Okay, so are you guys happy with what you have? Lynn, are you happy with what you have?
Just I have to. Just you.
Okay, all right, so let's start thinking of some points, some reasons why homework is essential for learning, okay? For the motion. Sun, what do you think? Can you give me some points?
Hold
on, guys, I have to plug in my laptop. Give me a sec.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Sorry. All right, Sun, are you ready? For the motion points?
Yes.
Okay, what's the first reason?
Homework helps everybody to review the old lesson.
Okay.
And they can remember everything the teacher teach them.
Very good. Yeah, there we go. Any other reasons, Son? I need at least 5 reasons, and as many reasons than 5 as you can think of, if you can think of them.
Homework helps me to understand more about the lesson, and homework give me more knowledge.
How does it give you more knowledge?
Knowledge nghĩa gì? Like you teacher can give some hard work, and student have to
All right, think about it a little bit more. Lynn, are you ready with some points? What's your first point?
My first point is, if you have too much homework, it will make you crazy and have stress.
Stressful. Homework is stressful. Okay. All right. More reasons?
The second point is it can make you forget all the lessons you had learned because it have too much information.
All right, so it can make you forget other lessons.
Yes.
Because it is too much information. Okay. But don't you get homework from every lesson? So you have to do homework for all of them, and that's why you remember all the lessons? I think that point lacks some validity.
For example, we have many subjects, yeah, and we have many homework. In this time, we stay at home and do a lot of homework.
That's right.
Then we can focus too much in this homework and forget the other. We have to learn again from the beginning.
Right. Okay. All right. So a lot of work. Cause students to forget about some other topics. Is that what you mean? Yes?
Some other lessons.
Some other lessons. Okay. There we go. All right. Son, do you have more reasons for the motion?
Yes. Homework will give students more new words, and it will help students when they have a writing test, a surprise writing test, like a surprise writing test, and all that new words can help you when you do that test. And new words can give you more word when you speak to people.
Okay, so but is this specific to English homeworks? Because not all homeworks teach you a lot of words.
Yes.
And only specific homeworks in English can teach you a lot of words, right?
Yes.
So I think this answer is, this reason is not applicable to all homework, but we can definitely find a more general way of expressing what you were trying to say. So we can probably something like homework helps broaden our knowledge about that lesson. Do you know what I'm saying? Homework helps broaden. I can tell you the meaning of, do you know the meaning of broaden? So broad is something that covers a lot of areas, right? A lot of distance. It's broad, okay? So broad knowledge is a knowledge that is more, you know, resourced from a lot of different places. That is an expanded knowledge, you know, a lot of knowledge about a lot of things is a broad knowledge, right? So homework helps broaden our knowledge on our lessons. But this is also very specific to some homeworks. Not all homeworks broaden our knowledge in our lessons, right? What more points can you think of, Sun? Some more points? Or Lynn, do you have more points?
Yes.
Please tell me.
Okay. Homework can make you feel boring. You feel bored with study.
Okay, so homework and okay, so I'm going to teach you guys a new word today, okay, which is a little bit advanced for you, but I think that this is a good word you can use in this context. The word is jaded, okay, J-A-D-E-D. Let's write that down. Students to feel jaded with studies. Okay, so when you are jaded with something, it's something that you like and you do it a lot because you have to do it a lot, maybe in some cases, but then because you do that thing all the time, you stop wanting to do it more because it's like too much for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you are jaded because of it, jaded with it. So for example, let's say that I love chocolate and I've been eating a lot of chocolate for the past 2 days, but I think now I'm jaded with chocolate. Okay, so it's like I'm done with chocolate because I already had so much chocolate. So all right, that's a very good point. Lynn, do you have more points?
I'm still thinking.
Okay, what about Son? Do you have more points?
No.
Okay, so I would also allow you guys to Google some information. You can use the internet and think of some more points. Could you guys find something?
Yes.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Too much homework can lead to copying and cheating.
Yes, too much homework can lead to copying, right? All right, because why? Can you explain, Lynn? Why is that the case?
Because when we feel jaded with studies and we need to finish this homework, we can search Google and we can phone friends.
Yeah, fair enough.
Tell him or her to take a picture of their answer and send to you.
That's right. That's right. Well, that's what at least what I used to do when I was a kid sometimes. So yeah, I can understand that. You too?
Me too.
Well, I also did that in college a lot. I copied a lot of assignments from my friends. I think everybody does that because it's too much for you. It's very pressurizing. All right, so what about for the motion? Son, could you find something? Do you want me to, yeah, go?
I still thinking.
You're still thinking, okay. So something that I can think of is that, so let's see. I think that learning by yourself, son, this point is for you. If you learn something by yourself, right, alone, and without the help of anybody around you, I think that is also a very important type of learning, you know, by doing your homework by yourself without the teacher's help, because then you develop the skills of researching by yourself, right? Do you know what I'm saying, son?
Yes.
And that ability to be able to research and find information by yourself and to learn by yourself, to teach things to yourself, is also a very important part of learning, right?
Yes.
So do you want to talk about that in your answer? Should we write that down? Yes?
When students do homework alone, hard homework, no help from another people. Student will they have to find the word or the sentence to finish the homework, and they have to open the dictionary or search Google, because when they do that, it will help they to
What's up? You got muted for some reason. Yeah, there you go. Right, so do you see what I've written on the board, son?
Yes.
What is the meaning of integral? Do you know?
I don't understand this word. Integral.
Integral, yes.
Integral.
It means very important, same as essential. Okay, it's a synonym of essential. All right, self-study without the help of others is an integral part of learning. Okay. Any other reasons, Lynn? Can you think of something else?
Yes.
Okay, tell me.
If teacher don't combine the memorization and practice method, we will boring. Yeah. And we don't understand much about our lessons.
Okay, so you mean that is if homework is repetitive, are you saying that if homework is repetitive, it is not useful? Repetitive is something that repeats itself, so it's kind of like boring. It doesn't make any new sense to you. It just, you know, goes on the same as it did yesterday or day before yesterday, right? For example, sometimes you have all this math homework you have to do that is the same kind of stuff every single day, right? So, but try to explain yourself one more time. Maybe you can phrase what you're saying better. What were you saying about, so you're saying homework that is useful indeed for learning is a kind of homework that broadens your perspective? Is that what you're saying?
No, not really.
All right, then try to explain yourself again.
If the teacher give us homework without many different memorizations and practice methods, we will get bored and we don't understand much about our lessons.
Right, right. So how would you want to phrase that? If homework does not involve research.
Memorizations.
Memorizations. What does that mean?
Yes. It means ways to remember.
Ways to remember something. All right. Okay. So are you trying to say that if homework does not involve activities that can, you know, support your memory, then it is not useful? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's say memorizations. I have never heard this word before. So I think, all right. So if homework does not involve supporting your memory of the lesson, it is not useful, right? Okay, very good. Any other points? Son,
Yes,
can you think of something else?
When students have hard homework, and he or she don't have a dictionary or computer or phone, that time they will need their friend. Friends can help he or she do homework, and it can make relationship more better, and they can help each other in homework.
All right, so that's a very, very good point. Yeah, let's write that down. Homework helps children create social bonds. Can we say that?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That you sounded very hesitant. Are you sure you agree with this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So guys, let's stop here now and think about what is the next step. The next step is to look for some evidence. What does it mean when I say evidence? Lynn, do you know? What is evidence? Okay. So in a good debate is one that involves a lot of evidence that reinforces your argument, that supports your argument, right? So evidence is basically direct information, direct studies, and like surveys, examples, a lot of different kinds of statistics that can help support your argument strongly, okay? For example, I'm going to share my screen with you and I'll show you what I will find when I look up some things. So let's see, give me a second. Here we go. So let's look up how many hours do children spend doing their homework? Okay, so I'm sure that we'll find some kind of studies. So here we have something. There was a survey of 1,000 K-12 teachers found, among other things, that high school teachers on average assign about 3.5 hours of homework each week, okay? So 3.5 extra hours of learning, right? So this, who would like to use this information? Anybody could, actually both of you could, to say that maybe this is too much homework or it's too little homework. So you see, like surveys like these and information like this, which has numbers in them, is very good to support your answer, okay? So we can also look at some other information that we can find. Let's look up how many hours does an average child spend learning, okay? Or let's say, how many hours do children spend at school, let's say, right? On an average. in a day? 6 hours, right? So let's say for about 14 hours you're awake. Out of it, 6 hours you're at school and you're constantly learning, right? So Lynn, you can use this point. You can use this survey and say that kids already learn for 6 hours a day, which is already too much. And there has to be some time for some other activities, such as, you know, playing outside or watching something interesting on TV, some kind of a documentary or educational resources, or a lot of different things, you know, just like being around the house, spending time with their parents, right? So kids have very limited time at home with their family, right? So you can include this in your answer. So this is how you look for evidence, okay? And once you look at something, you can probably click on it, and then you can find what else that article has to say. Maybe it has some more information, okay? So this is basically kind of like how you find evidence for your arguments, okay? My internet is a little bit slow. And maybe this link doesn't work. Let's try something else. Here we go. So you can use this information over here. How much time do students spend in school in top performing school systems and the US, right? So how many days per year are students in school? This is all the information about that. How many weeks are off? How long is the average school day, right? So maybe here you can say that in some parts of the world, let's assume in Taiwan or South Korea, students are in school for as many as 8 to 8.5 hours a day, which is a lot, right? So you can use this kind of information in your answer, in your argument. Okay, Sun, what about you? What kind of information are you going to look for? You're going to look for information which supports homework, right?
Yes.
So you have to look for, let's say, something like children learn better with homework, okay? Survey, you can look up survey. And let's see if we can find something. The case of quality homework, why it improves learning. Let's check that out. Here we go, some more statistics. Most students spend less than 1 hour on homework daily. Right, so this article is arguing that they don't spend a lot of time on homework, right? So it is okay because there is still time for some other activities. So you can use this information to attack Lynn's point of not having enough time for doing other activities. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is how you look for information. Now I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes in total to look whatever you want on the internet. And after that, we're going to start with this debate for the next 10 to 15 minutes, if it's possible, for 15 minutes, hopefully for 10 minutes at least. So, all right, how is it going to go? The first student who is going to start the debate, look on the board before you start looking up things. There's a few things more that I want to discuss with you. The first speaker who will begin has to introduce the topic and introduce themselves, okay? And then start speaking about their argument. So here we go. The first speaker for today is going to be Sun. Okay, Sun? You have to introduce the topic, and then you have to start introducing yourself, and then talk about which side you're taking. Are you for the motion or against the motion? And then you can begin your argument. All right? which includes, you will mention on all these topics, all these reasons, and explain them very clearly with examples, and also include evidence from the internet that you have found wherever you can, okay? Same applies to you, Lynn. So, son, your job is to introduce and begin argument, and you are for the motion. And then we're going to have the second speaker, who is Lynn. You are going to, Lynn, your job is to talk about your argument, okay? All right, so the first round of speaking, it is okay if you don't want to attack the other person's, Lynn, it's okay if you don't want to attack son's ideas, but you can if you want to. And the third one again is going to be son, okay? And this time your job, son, is to find faults in Lynn's ideas and try to talk about them, try to counterattack them, okay? Do you know what I'm saying, son?
Yes.
Yes, so you have to listen very carefully to Lynn's argument and try to find reasons to, you know, attack those arguments. How would you do that? Look for assumptions. Do you guys know what assumptions are?
No.
So when you assume something, it's kind of like a prejudice. It's like something that is not based off of any real evidence, any reality. It's just something maybe that's your personal experience, let's say, okay? So for example, if you say, well, homework makes lazy, okay? If you say that, then it is assuming that all students feel lazy when they do homework. So this is not okay, because you cannot have assumptions in your answer, okay? So son, your job is to attack argument, and of course, mention some more points, if you can mention some more points. And then the fourth speaker again is going to be Lynn, and this is your turn to attack, and it's also your job to conclude the debate, okay? How do you conclude the debate? End the debate by not taking any sides, okay? So when you are trying to perform this conclusion, when you're trying to conclude this debate, then you have to be, you have to have a very unbiased conclusion, which is not for or against the motion, okay? So maybe a conclusion would sound something like this. Let's see. So thank you everybody for coming here today and participating in this debate. We have come to the conclusion that homework might have a lot of problems that the kids might be facing because of spending a lot of time not doing other productive things that they can. But if homework is useful, it can only be useful when it is not repetitive and it is not the same thing as taught in school, but it is something that helps broaden the kids' perspective or teaches them some more skills that were not taught in school. So yeah, so basically a very unbiased conclusion would sound not for or against the motion. All right, guys, I'm going to give you 4 minutes to look and research as much as you can. Your time starts now.
Can I ask?
Of course.
First, I will introduce and begin the argument. When I begin the argument, I just say one sentence or many sentences.
All of your speech, basically, you have to cover all of this.
Oh, can I use your sentence?
Of course, you can use them, but you have to explain them better. You just cannot read them from the board, okay? You have to explain them with more information and evidence, okay?
Okay.
All right, look for evidence to support these points on the board. All right, are you guys ready? Son, are you ready to begin?
No.
Con.
I think yes.
Okay, begin.
This is my introduce. Hi, teacher and a student. Today I come here to introduce is homework useful for learning. I say yes. Homework helps review the old lesson. Why? Because in many lessons, students don't focus when the teacher teaching. So homework will help that student review the old lesson and because they don't focus when the teacher teaching, so they can ask teacher, or they can
All right, do you have any more points, son? You have to finish talking about all these points over here, and you have to give some evidence. Did you find some statistics on the internet?
No.
Okay, so look up what I just looked up on the internet for you guys before. How many hours do children spend at school? No, not that one. Hold on. This one. Time spent in homework yesterday among 17-year-old. Oh, hold on. Can you see the screen? No, we can. Give me a sec. Share the screen with you. Here we go. This one, this link has some good information about why homework is good for you, right? Here, you can use this. So you have to look for statistics on the internet, son, like this, numbers, surveys, and stuff like that. All right? Anyways, finish your points. You didn't finish talking about your points. Did you talk about all the points?
I think yes.
You didn't. Did you talk about the fourth point?
Oh.
You did not. I don't think you did. Talk about it a little bit. Explain it to us how it helps children create social bonds.
Number 4.
Yes.
Homework helps children create social bonds.
Explain it. How? Like you were explaining it to me before.
When students have hard lesson and they don't have dictionary or phone, they will need friends to help them. That time, their relationship will be better, and hard homework, they can help each other. And when they help each other.
All right, son. There we go. I think we have to let Lynn speak for a little bit. Your time is up. Thank you so much. Lynn, are you ready? Okay.
Homework is stressful because if too much homework, we can crazy and by stress. Two, a lot of homework can cause the students to forget about some other lessons. As if you focus on one hard homework too much, you will forget the other homework, and you have to learn from the beginning again. 3, homework can cause students to cheat with studies because if too much homework, it can push you and you will feel bored and feel awful. Then you will have a bad feelings with study. 4, too much homework can lead to copying because you don't have time to do these homework. You must call friends, searching the internet, and even copy. 5, if homework does not involve supporting your memory of the lesson, it is not useful because if teachers can support you and let's say You can try to memorize everything. It will need teacher support. 6. Student doesn't have enough time to do homework because they have a lot of time in school and do another activity. 7. Homework is the worst way to learn something new because instead of practice, we only can sit here and do some boring homework. It can help you to remember it. Okay, I'm done.
All right, did you look up any evidence, Lynn? Because I did not hear any numbers from your side. Do you know what I'm saying? I think your explanations of all the points was very good. I have 2 inputs for you. Number 1, don't mention your points as 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Because that disrupts the flow of your answer. The answer does not, I keep saying answer. The argument does not sound very well flowing, okay? So you have to kind of like talk about it together as if it all connects to each other, okay? And when you're talking about evidence, so for example, you mentioned the first point, right? Homework is stressful. Look up an evidence on the internet. How is homework stressful? Okay, so maybe check why like students, you can definitely find something, you know, related to stressful homework on the internet. So use those statistics to add it to this point itself and then move on to the next point. So basically a reason, evidence, some more reason, some more evidence, and then you keep going and going. Okay? All right, Son, do you have anything to say to attack Lynn's arguments?
Yes. First, homework is stressful. I think because you not arrange good. When you do homework, you have to arrange what time, what day, when, in a day, Saturday, Saturday or Sunday. If you have many homework, you can in the morning you can do the homework 1 or 2 hours, and you can do
all right, so I think I get your point. You're trying to say that homework cannot be stressful if it is done with a lot of time management.
Yes.
Right? If you can manage your time, then homework is not stressful. All right, Lynn, do you have anything to say against that?
Can I speak?
Let's keep going because we don't have much time.
Okay.
We're already over time. All right. Lynn?
Yes.
Do you have anything to say to Sun?
Yes, in number 1.
Okay, what do you have to say?
I don't think homework help review old lesson. Yeah, sometimes it can, but sometimes it doesn't. Because instead of review by homework, we can play a game. Yeah, watching a video. Can do many activities to remember the old lessons, because many old lessons, so we can remember all of them in one time.
All right, guys. I think our time is up, but I hope you get the idea of improving your arguments in a more productive way. More evidence, more explanations, find gaps in assumptions. For example, Son, you said children don't focus in class, and that's why homework is important. This is an assumption. You're assuming that all kids are not attentive in class, right? So which is faulty. So Lynn, you could think about this a little bit and then tell him that, you know, that this is a very faulty assumption because a lot of kids are focused in class, right? Only some of them are not. So, all right, there we go. Thank you so much, guys, for coming here. It was very nice to have this debate with you too. Have a good night.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, teacher.